Oh, sorry. What a timing. That's my Discord. Anyway, this is gonna be a short stream. Yes, I wanna make a video about this, but I feel like it's best if I do this in this format, in this stream format, so I can run my thoughts and just be. And if there's someone out there that wanna understand and place their thoughts on an image, well, here is the place and image bleeding out on the snow. I've been thinking about it a little bit, and it's not even about, those kind of heavy thoughts for me. To me, that image, that idea, is more also about something that is not just that, not the end. No, it's detachment. There are many people that would watch Blade Runner or know the meme, and they would be like, "Oh, he literally me," and fantasize, or at least trying to understand the imagery of someone bleeding out on the snow. And I think it's interesting to talk about stuff like that. It's not even about the state that would be the dying moment, the last moment of yours to be in the snow bleeding out. But more also about the fact that I think it's not a rocket science or anything, and I feel like people that talk about it have come to terms with it already. And this is just my version of it. And my version is, I guess, it came from experience. It came from lived memories, even though fragments of it, the everyday life that I have to go through, everything. The moments, to me, it's not that. It's not about bleeding out, but rather the detachment and the release of having no responsibility for the world, no duty, and nothing. Nothingness to a lot of people can be described as boring, terrifying, or maybe a bit of both. I think it's important to recognize that kind of feeling, because the feeling comes first, not the image, not the quote. If you say something about, a man bleeding out on the snow, you're probably gonna, oh, that's related to the, that's relatable, or that related to the quote, the saying itself, or the saying itself revolves around the image. But I think it's also important to understand that it's not what we really need, what we really want to ourselves. We simply want to feel something. And I might backtrack a little bit, just to give you some perspective. Maybe some people do want to die for the right cause. But for most people, whether better or worse, they don't have that option. So we seek our reason to be useful, make everyone happy, and simply walk away. I think that kind of fantasies stick with us the most. Now, I did say it's a fantasy, but I guess it is, but to some people, it's a reality. People just have to go through the motion and done their duty, take responsibility, accountability, to continue to exist until the very last moment that truly show you who you really are. And that quote is from The Dark Knight. Heath Ledger's Joker's line, to be exact. I don't see that as the core of the theme or the core of the topic. However, I do see the correlation of that to this image, this saying. And in a way, it makes you feel small. Sometimes so small, so insignificant, that you simply relate to it, make jokes about it. Now, this is not going to be an accurate depiction of dying or whatever. And I have this. I don't even know if I can keep saying that on the same stream or same video. By the way, just to clarify something, this is not an endorsement or decision for dying or being in such a state. I think it's horrible. It's hard to even just to even imagine that. I just want to make sense of things. Maybe not even as a narrator or someone that is trying to give you the answer. I don't think we all have the same answers to our end. We all have different answers, separate ones. Sometimes meaningful, sometimes fruitless, sometimes a bit in between. I just want to remind you, whoever that stumbled upon this stream, this short recording of mine, that the line in Blade Runner, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's very good. The line says something along this kind of saying, which is dying for the right cause is the most human thing you can do. And I want to counter that, because living for the right cause is as important. It matters too. Some of you may not realize, some of you may do. Sorry, English is my forte. I just think that living day by day, it matters a lot. Whether you realize it or not. You know, one thing that stands out to me every time I go to sleep, and again, this is not an endorsement of the fantasize or whatever you're gonna call it for dying and stuff like that. It's just my perspective on things, and that is about how going to sleep kind of like with depressed people, like chronically depressed. I've been depressed for 10 years and only been on medication for like three years, almost 4. I think it's a bit interesting to realize that. Waking up to another day, going to sleep, wishing you were never going to wake up. But you did anyway. I think that matters. I think that matters a lot. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't mean you have to achieve great things. I just believe that as long as you keep on fighting, living, for the people you love, for the people you care for, it doesn't even have to be someone else. It can come down to you. And I'm truly surviving for myself, for people I care about, for people I love. That kind of wish that I would never ever wake up is a selfish request, but it's the exhaustion talking. You're getting tired, the night comes close, and suddenly you feel like you're at peace. But I think that kind of thing, for me, I think I take it for granted. Some people doesn't have the moment to sleep in quiet, in silence. They have to live in a city and hear all the noises, roommate, neighbors, the town itself. The city never sleep. But the peoples that stay in it, live in it, and fight, they do sleep. And this is just a reminder that you too are human, a mortal that can bleed. You matter enough to be able to be awake in the morning and keep on living. And I think that's good enough. Depression, DID, DPDR, anxiety. For those people that live in those emotions, I wish you the best. You will make it. Trust in yourself. I'm right beside you. You don't need to have anyone watching you grow and become great. You simply had to witness from your eyes, from your point of view, from your perspective. I think that's good enough. And that comes down to being good enough, really. You don't have to be fancy, you don't have to be a legend. You don't have to try so hard to achieve something. Not all the time is anyway. We have time in this world. So we gotta make the most of it. So in conclusion, bleeding out on the snow, or anywhere else really, isolated from the city, from the crowd, from the people, there might be a strong imagery. There might seem important. There might seem like something you would wish you were, because you are dying for the right cause. And that's the most human thing. But living and keep on fighting matters too. So keep on living, keep on fighting. Tomorrow is not gonna make itself. Thank you for listening. And I care about you, whoever listened to this. We will make it, brothers and sisters. We will. It just takes time. Farewell.